Hey, how's everybody doing today? Welcome to the Lunchtime Live. Bing's here with me too. We're going to talk about spices and menopause today. So how can spices possibly interact with menopause? Well, I've got a couple of different things for you. The first one being that spices create variety in your food. Now, when your food is varied, when you're eating something new, you tend to slow down and you tend to savor it a little bit more, right? And then in the slowing down, we're satiated and we end up eating less because we're eating slower, and the cues have more time to get from your brain to your stomach and tell you, oh, whoops, or from your stomach to your brain and say, oh yeah, we're full, quit eating, right? But another way to create variety instead of just always coming up with new menus is use different spices. Now, I'm not necessarily the cook here in our house, but when I am cooking things, making soups and vegetables and whatever, a lot of times I just kind of do the sniff test. I'm not a real connoisseur. I had a gal telling me about acids and bitterness and sweetness. I don't get it. That's not me. But when I am cooking a vegetable, I like to open the different spice bottles and just start putting them on the vegetables. Now, sometimes, gross. I'm not going to lie. Sometimes I fail miserably, but other times it's a hit. Don't always remember. Wish I remembered more, but I don't. So, oh well. So first of all, the first way it's going to help is you're going to eat less because you're going to feel full faster, because you're going to slow down and you're going to savor the feelings. So use your dang spice cabinet. Now, some spices are great in bottles. Other spices are best bought fresh, like a basil or a mint, that sort of thing. But you do you. Now, the second way is a little more technical. So first, let's talk about your cycle. Whether you are menstruating or not, whether you are bleeding, you still have a hormone cycle. So day 1 is the first day of your period, right? Okay. Day 1 to 14 is the estrogen phase of your cycle. It's the half of the cycle where estrogen is really taking over, preparing you for fertility or for impregnation, right? Anyway, how is that important right now? It's also the time that your body responds best to cooling foods, right? So cooling foods are more, this is an Eastern medicine term, right? But some of the cooling spices that are used best to help promote fat loss during this time are dill, rosemary, thyme, and mint. So the first half of your cycle, use those more. So you're going to be eating more pork, more fish, more turkey to go with those spices, right? Also cooling foods, also going to help support the estrogen half of your cycle. So again, the spices for the first half of your cycle are dill, rosemary, thyme, and mint. Now, after ovulation, we flip over into the progesterone phase of your body. And that is a warming phase where we want to eat more warming foods. We tend to slow down. But the spices associated with that are going to support the progesterone are cinnamon, cloves, red pepper, garlic, and turmeric, right? Spices that create a heat. Your body wants to be warmer then. In order to support fat loss, it's best to use those. So one more time, the warming spices used during the second half of your cycle are cinnamon, cloves, garlic, turmeric, and red pepper. This puppy is so funny right now, you guys. She's bending over backwards trying to get attention. Anyway, all right. So that is how spices can help enhance your cycle and support what's already going on in your body. Have a most fantastic afternoon, and we will see you on Wednesday.